Hosting again, live from the G4 studios in Los Angeles.
On today's show, there's a new game sweeping the nation, and we're going to play it live in studio. It's called Nutball. And it's very, very painful for the boys. Plus, Zach Selwyn continues his reports from Hong Kong as he explores the underground knockoff market. And we use a hidden camera to look at fake iPods, Rolexes, and pirated DVDs.
Also on the show, we visit the set of the new Terminator series, The Sarah Connor Chronicles, and talk with star Summer Glau to see if she can kick Arnold's old ass. And then in De-Evolution, we reveal maybe the stupidest thing we've ever seen. A father who lets his baby shoot a shotgun.
Ooh, sounds like it's going to be adorable.
Oh, that's good parenting.
Time now to jump on the web and find the top 5 stories that interest us the most. You know what? It's sort of like our public service to you.
Yeah, roll it. We're going around the net. Coming in at number 5 is a video of a guy who badly wants to impress his friends.
Now, who knew escalators were for squares? I guess sliding down the railing of a huge escalator holding a 12-pack of beer and a bottle of Jägermeister is really the new cool. Well, unfortunately for this guy, his cool factor quickly evaporates, you know, with the help of a steel beam.
That's where you broke the Jaeger bottle. They said it. It's like they went to frat boy stereotype class just to learn how to say Jägermeister. That way it's perfect. And
yes.
And so way to go, hipsters. You just keep drinking that Jägermeister and then the Goldschlager. You're making Mom proud.
So coming in at number 4 today is the new sport of nutball.
No word on if this game will be in this year's Beijing Summer Games.
All right. So the object of the game is to spread your legs and hit the other person with the ball. In the nuts.
Like this. Don't block.
So that's...
Oh! I can't watch. I just can't.
Direct hit.
I gotta get the strength back in my knees after watching that. Hold on, okay.
All right, well, we're going to see some in person. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to kick off the AOTS Nutball Championship 08.
All right, today, 2 of our production assistants, Derek and August, are about to go groin to groin in an epic battle to see who has the best hand-eye and nut coordination. Time to crown a king or something. All right.
Ready? 30 seconds on the clock. Ready, set, go!
All right, let's see. Yeah, that one hurt. Okay, that wasn't as strong as it needs to be. Do you guys know what the groin is? There we go.
Should we call them both losers?
I think anyone who participates in this game gets that title. Yeah! All right, here for our 2 losers.
Thanks, guys. Concludes the AOTS Nutball Championship 08.
I cannot wait for 09. Only 365 days.
It's going to be amazing, guys.
All right, at number 3 today is a talk show that comes to us direct from LA's most prominent underground comedians.
Since 2002, 2 of the writers of the landmark sketch comedy show, Mr. Show, have been putting together a weekly show called Comedy Death Ray. And one of their trademark bits is a show called Between Two Ferns with Zach Galifianakis.
So here he interviews Michael Cera with hilarious and slightly creepy results.
Hi, welcome to Between Two Ferns with Zach Galifianakis. I'm your host, and my guest This afternoon is Michael Sarah, actor. Welcome, Michael.
Oh, thank you.
Michael, you're an actor. Tell us about acting.
I started acting when I was about 9 years old, and then I got an agent today. So I'd kind of like to be home for...
I'm ticklish right here. Give me a tickle. Give me a little tickle. Give me a little tickle. Tickle it. Tickle my thigh. What are your hobbies?
No, I think it is worth saying that I personally have had interviews go worse than that.
But only half of them ended in lawsuits.
Yes, it's the other half that really, kind of weigh on the mind a little bit. But I have to write a book someday.
A
pamphlet.
Wait.
I'm going to write a pamphlet.
There you go. In at number 2 today is a recent announcement from Namco Bandai.
Soul Calibur 4 coming out for the Xbox 360 and PS3 was already going to be a surefire hit. Now, the original home console version, that helped put the Dreamcast on the map back in 1999, and it's gone on to become one of the best fighting series of all time.
The series also has a history of delivering nerdgasms. Versions of Soul Calibur 2 featured Spawn and Link as playable characters. Now, yesterday, with the announcement of 2 new playable characters, Soul Calibur is delivering once again.
From all over the world, they come, driven by the desire to wield the soul swords. But the swords may have met their match. Soul Calibur 4.
Nerds all over the world are gasming right now.
Okay, I don't want to sound like George Costanza, but there's too much like worlds collide for me in this. I mean, when you look at like Nightmare and Ivy.
Just go with it. Just love it.
Yeah, but Yoda, he's a puppet, and he's fighting guys with big swords. And then shouldn't the lightsaber go through the sword?
Awesome. Yeah. There you go.
Oh, wait, fine.
Yes, Yoda's going to be on the Xbox, Vader, PS3.
Yes, he is going to reside on the PS3 because, that's where the dark side, it's the strongest.
Totally getting the Xbox version.
Alrighty. And finally, coming in at number 1 today is a musical group that really? It could only come from Europe.
Well, because once you've really solved the problem of providing universal health care and uniting dozens of nations under a single currency and, political system, the only thing left to do with your time is create an orchestra. It plays vegetables.
Thus, Austria's Vegetable Orchestra. It's an 11-person band that makes their own instruments out of vegetables, performs with an artsy video accompaniment, and get this, then serves the audience vegetable soup after the show. It's something. It's something.
It is something.
For sure.
The duck thing came on, and then they just absolutely lost me.
Yeah, was that an actual duck where they actually took a vegetable and made it into a duck sounding?
Some sort of pepper that they deliberately did that to.
I mean, they must have like a whole R&D department with like a garden out back. It's okay.
And power tools.
Anyway, if the quote music unquote isn't enough for you, the Vegetable Orchestra's website is also a wealth of mockable information. For instance, someone plays the salad. But really, to be honest, we really shouldn't be making fun right now.
No, because we have famed member of the Vegetable Orchestra, Dietrich Putzenkammer, live in the studio. And he's actually been called, he's been called the Yo-Yo Ma of Melons, and he's here to give us a stirring rendition of the orchestra's 1999 hit, Oh, Gladushka.
I don't know. That almost made me vote for Kurt Waldheim. That's all I can say.
The audience seemed to like it.
I know. You know, we were like complimenting the audience, like how we just wanted people to clap for us all the time. Now it's clear. They'll clap for anything.
I'm beginning to think I'm not special.
All right. Let's try some dog Gucci.
Thank you, Dietrich.
Thank you.
Dietrich. All right, to get your daily viral fix, make sure to head on over to g4tv.com/aroundthenet. There you can also sign up for the Around the Net podcast. It's going to fight for your rights.
But right now, time for the only news you need to know. Here's Layla Cayley and the feed headlines.
Thanks, guys. Here's what's coming up in the feed. First, if you live in Gotham or Metropolis, lock your doors. The Justice League of America is rumored to be shutting down. Plus, rapper/actor Ice Cube may need to get a mohawk and buy a whole lot of gold soon. And the creator of Monkey Island is ready to start stirring up some more monkey business over at Hothead Games. It's all coming your way in just a few minutes. But first, back to you guys.
Thank you, Layla. Now it's time for some video viewer mail sponsored by the Army of Monitor Heads.
They can sponsor things? Yeah. Here's Larry from Maryland.
Hey, Adam Morgan. I heard your new set's pretty crazy, so how much better will it be than the old one?
We shouldn't say better. We should say different and more magnificent.
Yes, it's grandiose. It has a beneficence to it.
It makes us look really small, and it makes itself look very large.
It doesn't have a laser,
Trying to
though.
upstage us.
It might. It's got bright lights.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's the only thing we can't do yet is actually kind of materialize on it. But we are working on that.
We're gonna work on that.
Down.
Well, you guys are gonna have to wait to see it, but soon.
That's Monday.
Soon.
Monday.
Don't go anywhere, because they need to stick around.
They do, because it's a live attack
What?
show.
There you go.
It's just getting started, so stay tuned. Here's what's coming up on today's Attack of the Show. Zach Selwyn takes it to the streets of Hong Kong to grab some super cheap knockoff gadgets and pirated DVDs. We're taking you on an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at the Sarah Connor Chronicles to meet the show's biggest stars. Plus, we're showing you an easy way to create awesome web animations with Smash Mash on WebTools. We really hope your television isn't flammable when the attack comes back.
What are the 3 most perverted countries in the world? I'll be right back with a list. Filter starts in 60 seconds. I'm Olivia Munn, and this is my filter. America's #1 in so many areas, from trade deficits to obesity. But we could really learn a thing or two from our neighbors overseas. Here's my top 3 list of the most awesomely perverted countries on the planet. Number 3, England. From public school spankings to splooshing. Look it up. Britannia still rules the waves of freakiness. Number 2, Germany. Poop and rubber underpants. Enough said. And finally, what storied ancient civilization is also the birthplace of tentacle porn, crush fetishes, and schoolgirl panty vending machines? That's right. The land of the rising sun is the #1 most perverted country in the whole world. Visit me on the web at g4tv.com/filter. Until next time, I'm Olivia Munn, and I got a list.
Shut the window.
So empty. Welcome back to Attack of the Show.
Kevin and Olivia are still in Vegas covering the Adult Entertainment Expo, so Morgan and I are stepping off of X-Play and filling in.
And frankly, they can have the porn.
Yeah.
We've got web tools.
Yeah. Ever wanted a quick and easy way to make a short video or slideshow? Well, then it's time for you to meet Smash Mash. This easy-to-use application can be installed as a plugin for your web browser and allows you to create animations using your personal photos and videos, as well as content from the web. Smash Mash has an arsenal of simple but powerful tools to liven up your photos. You simply select areas of your pics and then apply a series of motions to them. If you want to add voice to your creation, you can go the speech bubble route, or record audio with a microphone or webcam and then combine that with an animated mouth. Adam's the best gamer in the world. By copying and pasting scenes, you can create back-and-forth conversations by simply re-recording new audio for each frame.
Look in my eyes. Tell me what you see. What on earth are you talking about?
With Smash Mash, you can not only import audio and video from files on your hard drive, but tap into YouTube's rich bank of resources. Just enter the URL of a YouTube video you want to manipulate, and Smash Mash imports it for you. The program's straightforward interface is a breeze to work with. You can click and drag slides around and then double-click each to edit. You also have the ability to draw your own pictures and then animate them using the program's built-in motion tool. Then finally, once you're proud of your finished creation, you can save it locally or upload it to the Smash Mash site for the world to see. It's animating made easy with Smash Mash.
See, that's exactly how we made all those floppy jaws on X-Play. You can do that too.
Exactly. We've now given you the power for Flappy Jaws because you love them so. Time for the big stories of the day. Layla has all the news you need to know.
Thanks, guys. Glad to be back. It's time to start the feed. Intended here in Hollywood.
The Feed with Layla Kaylee.
We have bad news for fans of Wonder Woman, The Flash, and The Green Lantern. You may be waiting a whole lot longer for the JLA movie. A source told the website iesb.net that the Justice League feature film may be cancelled, even though a director has been hired, pre-production has begun, and actors have been cast as the iconic DC superheroes. The source claims that, quote, the script is not ready to go in front of the cameras, and also the budget is getting a bit out of control, end quote. And while the ongoing writer strike means that script issues won't be resolved anytime soon, there may be an even larger problem. IESB also reports that studio executives are, quote, not happy with the actors brought in to play the superheroes, calling them mediocre at best. That's no good. Attention gamers, you now have your own personal YouTube. Today, WeGame.com launched their public beta, and it allows you to watch solely video game clips. Focused on entertainment gameplay, WeGame comes with a simple tool that allows you to easily record from 22 of the most popular PC games out there. The site is backed by $500,000 from venture capitalists and looks to be around for a long time. We'll keep you posted on all the developments of this new interesting site. PC gamers have a new title to get all excited about. Hothead Games just announced they've hired Ron Gilbert as their creative director. Gilbert was the creator of the beloved Monkey Island series and will be working with Hothead on a new title called Death's Bank. Next to nothing is known about the game, but with Gilbert describing it as Monkey Island meets Diablo, it is bound to whip gamers into a frenzy. No release date has been set for the first episodic installment, but we'll keep you posted. India has unveiled a car that is little over 10 feet long from bumper to bumper, can seat 4 passengers comfortably, can reach speeds of 65 miles per hour, and best of all, is the world's cheapest car. It's officially called the Tata Nano, but it's nicknamed the People's Car and will only set you back 100,000 rupees. For those of you that don't know, that's a mere $2,500, which when you think about it is the equivalent cost of a DVD player in a Lexus. Whoa. And finally, in bizarre casting news, Ice Cube is in talks to star as B.A. Baracus in the upcoming A-Team film. On MTV's TRL, Ice Cube said it's not official yet, but he's in talks with Fox and director John Singleton to play the role made famous by Mr. T. Ice Cube said he won't wear the gold though and will bring his own flavor to the role. Mr. T has yet to comment on this casting news, but all I have to say is I pity the fool that doesn't cast Mr. T in the role he made famous. Well, that's it for today, but don't worry, the feed doesn't stop here. Keep your iPod fed with all the news you need to know by downloading our Daily Feed podcast. Get it now at g4tv.com/podcast. I'm Layla Kaylee, and you've just been fed. Thanks, Layla. Now, often Adam and I are asked what our super...
No more. You know, this is one of those hour-long shows. Our show is a half hour, so we still have, like, all this stuff to do. We have to attack more.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well, we can tell people about the Adult Entertainment Expo, maybe?
Yes, we'll do that.
Okay.
All right, so coming this Sunday, G4's got the Adult World Unzipped as we take you deep inside the 2008 Adult Entertainment Expo in Las Vegas.
Woo.
AE is the largest convention of its kind, fulfilling all of your adult fantasies.
Do people have those?
I do.
Catch the highlights of this year's show in this 2-hour exclusive TV event as we interview adult filmmakers, industry executives, and of course they'll probably have some of those stars in there too.
Yes. This is your chance to be there without the risk of actually catching anything. See all the action this Sunday night at 10, only on G4, and check out g4tv.com/AEE for info and updates.
And stay with us because we're coming right back.
Zach Selwyn heads into the heart of Hong Kong in search of some amazing deals on counterfeit merchandise. And their pain is our pleasure when we show off some of the best backfires we've ever seen on Great Moments in De-Evolution.
The hardest part of
While we openly mock bad games on X-Plate,
yes,
we rarely get to openly mock actual people. Not so on AOTS.
Really sad, actually. So here is the latest edition of Great Moments in De-Evolution.
Yes, indeed. It's time to take a look at some of the dumbest things ever captured on video.
This is a fantastic idea. First up, let's check out why it's probably best not to look down the barrel of a potato gun.
Don't look at it.
Oh my gosh.
Don't look in it.
Yeah, I've learned something for everyone. It's safe to say you probably shouldn't look down the barrel of any gun.
Yeah, that's a good rule.
Kind of a rule. No good could come from it, really.
You know, the guy is actually lucky that he did not take a potato directly in the face. Although I do wonder what he was looking in there for.
Probably his potato. Makes sense to me. Okay, well, it's time for us to bestow our rating upon Mr. Potato Head here. So, Morgan, how many toothless grins are we giving this genius?
Okay, well, I'm actually a little bit conflicted. It's a double-edged sword. On the one hand, he was really, really stupid to do that. On the other hand, his friend was smart enough to know that it was a bad idea. So he keeps smart-ish company, and he was also not seriously injured. So
yeah.
I think we're gonna give it a 3.
Yeah,
give it a 3.
I think we're doing it 3 out of 5. You may change the show. Can't change our story
Still love our
potential.
3 out of 5s.
All right, this next clip will have all of the gentlemen watching today at home cringing.
I think they've already cringed a little bit today.
I know.
Let's see what happens when one of those springy horses at the park, yes, good idea, make contact with a very misguided young man's groin.
Why do you have to say don't play?
Oh my God! Oh my! That was How are you feeling? How are you feeling? Oh my God!
Pretty much that's all I can think about it, but I hope that it really made sure he could never spawn ever again. The world does not need any more of his progeny or any of his
Probably
progeny.
not.
Why are so many 16-year-old men hanging around a children's play park?
I don't know. They're digging for treasure, I bet. Yes. Yeah. Why would you want to do that to yourself? What would possibly possess you to do such a thing? What good can come from getting smashed in the nuts by a festive children's ride? This clip makes me wonder what the future holds for America. I'm very concerned.
It really doesn't seem promising, does it? Rising oil prices, $1 isn't a free fall, young men willingly smashing themselves in the crotch.
You know, the avid horseman, Teddy Roosevelt, he would have never done that.
You got that right.
No.
True.
That's not bullying. No.
All right, this time it's your call. How many toothless grins are we going to give this mental midget?
All right, I'll say that based on the level of pain which he willingly inflicted upon himself and the risk of permanently damaging all of the spermy things, I don't know. I have to give him a solid 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5? Boost for the pain that was inflicted.
If he stayed on the ground longer, it would have been a 5.
He needed to really egg it on a little bit.
Something like that.
Oh, a tear would have been beautiful. All right, our last clip today mixes 2 things that don't really go together very well. That would be children and firearms.
It's not peanut butter and chocolate at all. They say that there is no instruction manual in being a parent. But if there was, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that don't let your small child shoot a shotgun would be in there.
All right, buddy, and we'll get you on video shooting your next one. All right.
All right.
Get him. Oh, good shot, dude. No, you almost did. Pick up your gun, man. Did it get you?
Yeah, it got me too. You know what? At least next time the kid's gonna know to set himself before he really gets the shot off.
Exactly.
God,
Yeah.
Dad's gotta teach him that.
That kid's father should be ashamed of himself. Not only did his son fall down after shooting a massive shotgun, he missed the target.
That shotgun was taller than that kid was. The kid obviously never played duck hunt.
Yeah.
Did you see the dog laughing at him from behind those reins?
Exactly. He's not a gamer, I can tell you that. All right, all kidding aside, a little boy's doomed already. His father's obviously one of the most irresponsible, moronic people on the face of the earth. The kid has both nature and nurture working against him. He never had a chance.
I wonder what the future holds for him. I think it's pretty safe to say he will eat roadkill at some point in his life. Because he obviously can't shoot it down for himself.
Exactly. I'd be willing to bet that he already has, Morgan. All right, it's your call this time. How many toothless grins are going to give this poor child and his father?
I think it's safe to say that endangering your child by having him fire a massive weapon that's bigger than he is without a doubt one of the dumbest things I may have ever seen in my life, but maybe I don't spend enough time on YouTube. I think I'm going to bestow, yes, wait for it, I think I'm going to give him a 4 toothless grins.
All right.
Because you know what? Nothing happened in that. No animals were hurt in the process, and the kid seems okay. Maybe got a little brain damage. Now that is it for Great Moments in De-Evolution. The world has never been in such good shape.
All right, now we move from knocked out teeth to knockoffs.
Zach Selwyn went to Hong Kong to go into the black market to check out fake Rolex watches, fake nanos, very strange, and designer tech imposters with a hidden camera. The brave Zach Selwyn goes to the underbelly of Asia.
All right, guys, now I've spent some time in the markets here in Hong Kong, and I've come to the conclusion that if you're looking for a little designer something for next to nothing, you gotta come here, because there's no better price in the world. I'm talking knockoffs, people. Counterfeit goods has become a huge business here in Hong Kong, and nearly 90% of the movies, books, and watches you find here on the market floors are pirated. Plus, it's the source of 2/3 of all fakes coming into the U.S. Needless to say, there's a lot of shady stuff going down around here. So to help us out, this is a man we're going to call Agent X. He's a former cop turned private investigator who's going to help us get to the bottom of this knockoff business. What's the biggest thing that people are pirating these days?
DVDs and the movies is most thing you can find in Hong Kong.
How can you spot a fake?
It's quite difficult to spot a fake. The quality is high, yeah? For example, the iPod Nano, in Hong Kong, the original will cost about 2,000 Hong Kong dollars. But in China, 260 you can get it.
And while the latest clothing and electronics can be had for about 1/3 of their regular price, vendors caught selling bogus brands can be slapped with a $10,000 fine and a year in jail. So you can't blame them for being a little camera shy. Obviously, they're not going to let us bring our big cameras in there. Here's what's going on. Agent X here has a hidden camera. We're going undercover, baby. I got some cash in my pocket. Let's see how this is done. I just got a $15,000 Rolex Daytona for about 80 bucks. Let's see what else we can get.
Well, here we go. Miami Vice, so I gotta get that. I can get Chuck and House.
Well, you know what? It takes around like an hour to get it. Well, like half an hour.
It does. Did you hear that? All right, this is a bust.
Okay, so who knew it was going to take an hour to get your DVDs after you buy them? I'm not waiting that long for Golden Girls.
A quote-unquote iPod. Is this one, that one's got this video screen on it?
No, video screen, just MP3 screen.
Did you make this yourself?
Oh, no.
How much is this one? Oh, $350? Okay.
Now, if you pay full price for an iPod Nano, you're going to pay about 130 bucks. Me, I got it for about 35. Not bad. All right, guys, my shopping here is done. I picked up a 2008 Rolex Daytona and, of course, a 2-gig iPod Nano knockoff. Spent about 120 bucks. Not bad. The question is, how long before this thing turns my wrist screen and this blows up in my hand, causing me to lose 3 or 4 fingers? When it happens, don't laugh at me.
I'm glad I'm holding that Nano. He thought he was going to blow up in his fingers. Now, knockoffs in Hong Kong are actually graded on the scale of how good they are, with the highest rating being an A++.
No. When you look at this Nano, I think it's worth pointing out.
Recycle it out. Yeah.
There we go. That this here doesn't work. To select something, you hit the menu button.
The scroll wheel doesn't actually work.
But here's the thing: you select it with the menu button. To go backwards, you hold down the menu button.
obviously.
I mean, they even marked it up with all the other things, but they don't do
I have
anything.
to say, like, it has a little bit more functionality than your standard Nano. It has an ebook reader, for example.
Which is good.
And it has
That's exactly the screen size I need to read on.
It has an FM radio and it has a voice recorder, but I can tell you that it feels like a really, really cheap piece of crap.
Yeah, I mean...
It really... Great, you broke it.
There wasn't much to break right there.
Okay.
And then this is the Rolex right here, which I think from at least a distance, you would buy as a Rolex, but I don't understand these watches with all the dials on them and everything. It's
I know, there's all these like subtle ways you're supposed to be able to tell they're different, but I don't know. All right, what do you give the Nano?
I give the Nano, that's a D.
$35.
That's a D.
$35?
For an FM radio?
Okay.
Have you listened to FM radio lately?
It is time to move out of the underbelly and into the future. Here's a rundown of this week's best future tech. It's time to attack this. First, we're going to look at a piece of electronics very near and dear to my heart, the Alienware Gaming Monitor. The massive wraparound DLP monitor features 2880 by 900 resolution. It promises to enchant gamers, drawing them into the experience like never before by mimicking peripheral vision. Now, this will be extra helpful when playing driving games or flying games. Also, it will make your first-person shooter experiences that much more realistic. Now, there's no word on price yet, but hopefully it will be available by the end of the year. Now, in 9 or 10 years, we could be driving smart cars like this one called the Globetrotter. Developed by an Australian scientist, the car would shatter the barriers of green innovation. Now, the main selling points are the nano paper battery, which is made of 90% cellulose, and the bioplastic body, which is 80% corn. Now, all the seats inside the car will be made locally wherever the car is sold to cut down on transportation costs and emissions. Hollywood celebs will be lining up around the block to get these and prove how ecologically responsible they are. Next, we have a prototype rock band drum kit from Ion Audio. Now, if there's a flaw with rock band, it has to be the drum kit's flimsy design. Now, almost every kit we have here at the office is sporting a repaired pedal. Also, the kit has a set of cymbals that you can hit to really complete the experience. This concept had heads turning at CES. Now, while it might not be an incredible advance in technology, it would make me really happy if it existed. Ion says they will move forward on making these drum kits depending on demand, so make some noise, people, let your voice be heard. And finally, we're going to look at some high-tech napkins from the folks at Yanko Design. Knowing that some of the best ideas start out as doodles at diners, the team has designed an innovative system of e-paper and digital pens to capture your thoughts when inspiration strikes. The information is transmitted by RF back to from the napkin back to the napkin rack, which is actually a PC in disguise. The entire setup is reusable, so it's also a totally green product. It is, however, unwise to actually wipe your mouth with these unless you want to get your great idea all smudgy. But head on over to G4TV.com/AOTS for info on all of these products and more. No, do not even twitch. We are going to be back with some Terminator info starting Monday. What a coincidence. X-Play will level up from our all-review format to one that is more topical and comprehensive.
Our all-new daily X-Play. Clap.
Yay!
We'll cover the entire gaming industry, featuring up-to-the-minute breaking news, game previews, first-ever hands-on demos, and behind-the-scenes developer exclusives.
A lot of stuff, but don't worry. X-Play will still be there to give you brutally honest game reviews. We're not going to leave you hanging.
No, we're not. Catch the all-new daily X-Play every weeknight, starting Monday at 8, only on G4. So check out G4TV.com/X-Play for info and updates. And I can see you when we're on the show, and I'll know if you're not watching.
Now we're going to take a short break, so you should use this time wisely and go add the new X-Play shows to your Outlook or iCal, but you should stay tuned because we are talking sex when we come back.
Video games are evolving, and now, so are we. Introducing the all-new X-Play, Monday night at 8, only on G4.
People of the Big Apple have about sex. We have sex expert Anna David. She's here to help you.
Now, it's not just New York. No. Everyone has questions about spankings, right?
Hey, I'm Anna David, and I'm here in one of the sexiest cities in the world. You know what I think is even sexier? I'll give you a hint. It's in your pants.
There's a lot of people out there who need a little bit of help in the Department of Love. So Attack of the Show sent me to the streets of New York to give some hands-on advice.
Jace, what's your question?
Yeah, what's the deal with spanking?
You wanna give her a little?
Yeah, I want to give her a good spanking, a real good spanking. She got nice.
I gotcha. I believe that spanking is one of these things that you go and survey a bunch of girls, and they're gonna go, not my thing. You give it, you expose her to it a little bit, and you may be surprised what you get. So I think this is one of those rare situations. Give her a little tap. You see how she responds. She goes, what in God's name are you doing to me? Leave the issue alone. You got your answer. But if she kind of smiles at you and gives you that little look,
then I got it.
Yeah. So I've been dating this guy for a while, and I've been toying with the idea of proposing a threesome, but I just really don't know how to do that. And
well, I think a threesome, if it's going to be done, and there is nothing wrong with doing it, should probably best be approached when the third party has absolutely no relationship with either of you. Because I think that feelings get involved, and what sounds really erotic and really hot and your great chance to be with, this guy, and it's not so hot and erotic when your boyfriend's incredibly jealous and he's watching you get down with his friend. So I say, if you're gonna do a menage, find some random dude, some random girl, I don't know, and there's nothing wrong with it. But just, if you've got a relationship, let's keep the friends out of it.
I want to know why women are shy, usually, about touching the love button, let's say. Like a little reach around.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I'm trying to say? Okay, I don't understand why.
I hear you. I think that there are lots of women, lots of people out there, I think, that are a little bit squeamish about that part of the body. It kind of tends to make people uncomfortable. But why? I agree with you. And there are plenty of women out there as well who know that the little prostate likes a little stimulation. I think it's one of those situations where you do a little show and tell. Maybe what you do is you reach around, just introduce her to the concept. If she responds favorably, then you can sort of take her hand and place it near the love button. Okay. If she doesn't, then you sort of have your answer. You're left with the love button, Marcus. Thanks. Just doing my bit to help the guys out in New York. I'm Anna David. See you next time I go in your pants. We should look into doing sex like that on next play. We get Laura Croft to walk up and down the streets of New York asking sex questions.
Yeah, then we'll run into IDOS's lawyers, and that'll be amazing.
That sounds like it's potentially problematic.
Now, coming up on the next Attack of the Show, we'll check in with Zach as he continues having adventures. He's had a lot of adventures in Hong Kong, but he's going to be having more.
He's the kind of guy that has a lot of adventures anywhere he goes.
You're right. Now, tomorrow, he's going to be looking at some of the great action films of Hong Kong, which are awesome. Now, watching Gadget Prawn, we'll be reviewing the Samsung Blackjack 2 and letting you know if it is worth the upgrade.
Then in the Loop Week in Review, is it must-see TV or too much nostalgia for NBC? We talk about American Gladiators and Knight Rider. Plus, we look at the popularity of Wii Fit overseas, and then we look at the possibility that Comic-Con might be the next victim from the WGA strike.
All right, now for all the things you saw today and more, you go to g4tv.com/AOTS.
That's a good place to go. I think you guys should go there right now.
Go there. Come by X-Men Club. All right.
Yay!
See you later.